Alright guys, so we are about to take a look at another one of these tier lists done by RollerZZ over on the Dokkan subreddit. And today we're looking at the Android category team, the newest category team that is out on Dokkan. And I've got to say, this is the one that is very much, I'm a really big fan of the Android category team. Let's just say that. They've added a bunch of units who are quite good and are quite good on this actual category team. So let's go ahead and just hop into it. There's a lot to talk about. Now, this list is actually brand new. This is fresh. Only a day ago. So it does have LR Cell on it. Of course, as the hardest hitter on the list. I see that Roller, he did kind of update this a little bit. He's got some best lineup as well as hardest hitters. So that's cool. That's cool. Now, starting, of course, with our boy LR Cell. LR Cell is ridiculously good. Alright. Now, with his 12-key super, he is healing. And he is attacking all enemies. The 18-key super is only attacking one enemy. It does raise attack for one turn and do mega colossal damage. So this LR Cell is another fucking unit who is going to be healing. On this Android category team, if we go take a look at it, 21 heals, LR Cell heals, this 21 heals, this Tech Cell heals, this Cell heals right here. And there's also Lab Coat 21. I feel as though Lab Coat 21 should be on here as well, because you could run her alongside the free-to-play one for like a full healing team. Alright, so this Cell is one of the better LRs, I do think. I'm going to need to get him awakened and stuff on my account. It'll be a little while until I can awaken him. I do have him, but I don't have the battlefield medals necessary to actually awaken this fucker. That is the issue, is battlefield medals. Those aren't easy to get. Battlefield usually resets on the 1st of every month, though, so at that time I will be able to get more. This guy is a perfect World Tournament crusher because he gets a key and 10% attack for every enemy on the field. So he will be wiping the field in the World Tournament. Gonna be one of the better units that you can run. I'm guessing that LR Broly will still be better for the tournament, but I am very eager to test out how this Cell does. Now, of course, he's basically the strongest unit on the Android category, and he is ridiculously strong. We could also talk about, usually I talk about the leaders of the category. Now, the Android category is a little different in that it actually has two leaders, right? You could run the SCR21, 150% leader, or you could run 17, who is HP and attack 170% as an Android category leader. Now, I will say this, 17 is absolutely a better unit than 21. He has higher overall stats, he hits harder, and he gives all allies 3-key and 60% defense, which is an insane ability. Makes the 17 so fucking good. And any team that's going to have LRs with him on it are going to, like, these teams are going to be incredible, and the LRs are going to be getting their 18-key supers, like, all the time. Like, you're going to have this fucker. You could run this guy just as a floater on the Android category team. Double Android 17 leader. And then LR Cell is going to be hitting so hard, and he's going to be getting this 3-key from 17. Plus, you know, there's a bunch of Cell units that work as great linking partners with LR Cell. The team is just designed very well. A lot of these fuckers heal. A lot of them defend. It's just a very, very good team overall. And of course, you have 21 here. If you wanted to be cheeky, you could bring a friend 21 instead of a friend 17 to have the full healing team. Because again, she is a unit that does actually heal, like so many of these fuckers. Now this 21, for normal events, she does work very well. In Super Battle Road, I found that she gets absolutely bodied. Now, we're talking category Super Battle Road, of course. I do want to test her out in the normal Super Battle Road. I'm probably not going to be able to this weekend, though, because of the World Tournament. So next weekend, I want to take her into normal Super Battle Road, and I'm going to use Android 16 and normal Super Battle Road as well. No, actually 16 I'm going to use in the category Super Battle Road because he is actually on a proper category. Whereas 21 and 17 right now, they're not actually on categories that are in the new category Super Battle Road Sages, right? So she does get fucked up quite good. Once she goes into her transformation, she becomes a lot better. Attack and defense, 130%. She's going to be hitting very, very hard, and it's going to be a really strong unit at that point. Another guy I wanted to talk about real quick is, this is the TUR of LR Cell right here. Now, LR Cell, he is actually Cell Perfect Form plus the Cell Juniors. So he is ridiculously strong, but you can run him, you could run Tech EZA Cell, and you could run this guy since this is just a Cell Perfect Form. You have so many different Cell cards you can run in this team. You can build like a full Cell team practically, which is just incredibly strong. I mean, technically, the evil version of 21, where like she has like the black or purple skin, that she turns that way after she eats Cell. So really, you know, you have the 221 leaders, you know, that's sort of kind of similar to Cell. So you could say you have a full Cell team if you wanted like that. And this TUR, he's still pretty good. Attack and defense 70% at the start of turn, and then 1 key and 8% attack for every enemy on the field, plus a good link set, plus he heals. He'll be pretty solid. And he does have good stats as well. Nearly 15,000 attack for a TUR is not bad. Alright, so let's actually go ahead and take a look now at the sort of tier list now that I've gone over many of the key units, a lot of the newer units. So, honorable mentions. First, we have this Tech Android 17 here. I guess the reason he is down here, I mean, he really could just be in the C tier, because there's no difference between this Tech 17, this AGL 17, this 17 right there. Like, you can actually run this Android 17 on the team. Like, you could just instead, like, run him, and then if you have Android 21, like, let's say you didn't pull the physical 17 from the banner, but you got 21. You can run 21 as your leader and still bring this guy, right? So I actually think he should probably be like B or A tier, actually, instead of honorable mentions. These physical type units are because 17 also does give, I believe, 90% to physical type units, right? Which is enough to where they could contribute on the team, especially like LR Gogeta under the 90% would look very, very good. The Android category team doesn't really need it, though. Like, the team is so cohesive as is, but you could put, like, LR Gogeta on the team, sure enough. Alright, so this Cell only supports Tech-type units, that's why he's down here. This 17 only supports AGL units, that's why he's down here. Waifu 18, she needs an awakening. This is the Android 18. She's the bad kind of orb changer, so I would not run her on this team. She closes paths off by changing Rainbow Spheres into Int Key Spheres. STR-13, good defensive unit, but he needs an awakening. This is just a Super Strike Android 16, nothing crazy about him. The two free-to-play Tournament of Power Android cards, 17 and 18, they're fine, but they rely on inflicting status effects, which is not something you'll be able to do in the hardest, well, in like the hardest Dokkan Fest events, or Extreme Z Awakening or Battlefield, but on Super Battle Road they can work. We have Hellfighter 17. This guy actually has a 50% chance to dodge, so he's quite good. You could really get some good play from him, but you know, he is only a defensive unit, right? Like, when the Android category Super Battle Road Sage pops up, this guy will be very, very solid for the team. At that point, I may actually rainbow him and use him, but I don't think it's going to be... It'll probably still be a ways off until that those category stages get added, plus he doesn't really do a lot of damage. And then we have the AGL Perfect Form Cell. He's not really that good. His best benefit is that he will raise the... super attack level of LR Cell. You could use him to farm it, so that's good. Int Cell, pretty bad. I believe for a TUR, he is quite bad because he's only 40% to attack and defense. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he is like one of the very first TURs. That's why. Because wasn't it Broly was the first TUR, I think. And then immediately after that, Tech Cell came out, and then Int Cell got his awakening. So he was like the second or third TUR, whatever you want to consider it, way, way back in the day. But such an old unit. We have Mira, who, yes, is an Android, and yes, is on the Android category. Not very good, though. He needs an awakening. They also took him off banners, the cheeky fucks. I don't know why they did that. I really wish they put Mira back on banners. Attack 70% performing a super attack. He's not too bad, but again, he just needs an awakening. 12 key multiplier, 130% is pretty low as well. There's so many different forms of Mira too. They could do a Dokkan Fest Mira. They could do an LR Mira. There's so much shit they could do with Mira. They really do need to do that, by the way. All that shit needs to be added into Dokkan. Int Android 13, he's not bad. He's an orb changer. Only thing is that this team is overflowing with ki. It doesn't need the ki. So, really, I wouldn't really run this 13, I guess, or really any of these orb. Well, you don't really need to run an orb changer. It's because of 17. 17 is just incredible. That 3 ki passive of his really makes us that key orb changes would become redundant. So, not really a big deal. And then you have Android 17 right here. He is an orb changer, but again, you're much better off running the Dragmall Super Physical Dokkan Fest 17. Alright, so here, this is Hellfighter 17. The int one right here, he is, boom, right here. He's not bad. You could run him, attack 90% and key 2 when facing only one enemy. He's got shocking speed. You know, a lot of these links, he links up pretty well with the rest of the team. You know, Fear and Faith, he'll have that with Android 21. Nightmare, GT, Fierce Battle, he'll work good with Super 17 and some other units there. So, Hellfighter 17, not bad. He's not bad at all. Fine in the A tier. Same with this 18. This Tech Super 13, I guess he's actually fine right there too. The two future androids, I would actually move them to S tier for sure. They're both very good. Both of them, what they do is attack and defense 70%, and then they'll change 2 types of orbs. So they could be very effective units. I would say 17 is probably better because he has Nightmare instead of Battlefield Diva. Because Battlefield Diva, she will share with Android 21, but 21's not going to need the key because she gives herself key anyway. Whereas Nightmare is an attack link that, you know, several other units on the category actually share. Like the LR Androids, Super 17, STR Cells also got it. You know, you got a few units that have Nightmare on the team, so that's not really too bad. Alright, so moving on, we're up to the S tier. Now, STR Cell, here's the thing. Tech EZA Cell and STR Cell, they both link up about as well as the other does with LR Cell. I don't think either one really links up better because STR Cell has Shocking Speed, which the LR has, but then the LR Cell also has Ultimate Life Form, which STR Cell does not have, but Tech EZA Cell has, right? So they made it in a way where it doesn't really matter which one you use. Now, I will say Tech Cell is definitely better than STR Cell, because, like, look, he has 14,000 attack, whereas the Tech Cell is at over 18,000. His stats are so insane. He heals on super attack, and attack and defense 15% for every key sphere is a lot, and he gets an additional key with key spheres. So this Tech Cell is just very, very good. STR Cell, he's also pretty good. I would actually say this is just kind of a forgotten unit. Many people really don't talk about him. I would say it's because on the Resurrected Warrior team, he's okay. I mean, he does have shocking speed with some of the, like, Angel Golden Frieza and the Wait. I always forget this. Does Angel Golden Frieza? He does have shocking speed. No, he doesn't. Okay. I always get that fucked up. For some reason, I always am thinking in my head that Angel Golden Frieza has shocking speed, which he doesn't, which is one thing, I guess that actually would hurt Cell on the Revived Warrior team. Regardless, though, Cell's fine. Basically, if you don't have EZA Cell with full dupes, or your STR Cell is 100% and you haven't put any love into the Tech Cell, you can feel free to run STR Cell. Tech Cell is definitely better in, like, nearly every way, but STR Cell is not bad. This is like LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and the AGL Extreme Z-Awaken Goku. They're both absolutely incredible cards. It's just that the LR is better. Whereas right here, again, they're both very good cards. Just Tech EZA Cell is better. I actually would say you could put SCR Cell as an S+ tier unit, for sure. Alright, so we have the GT Cell. He's okay. Attack and defense 80%, but you gotta remember that's basically all you're gonna get. This additional 100% attack and super effective against all types. When the enemy is stunned, that's not something you really want to ever bank on, so you're just looking at attack and defense 80%, where, again, he is fine. He will have a few links that are pretty good for the team. So you could rock this guy. You also have our androids who... The LR androids are... They're good-ish. I've found that when they're at like 24 key, I think their attack stat is like 1.2 million to 1.4 million. So if you support them in the right way, they can do really good damage on the Android category team. And also, you know, you have Android 21 floating around with a 30% attack buff to Android category units. But these guys, they don't hit as hard as people think. Like, I think SCR Cell probably would hit harder than the LR androids, especially if he's able to stack his super attack a little bit. But they're fine right there in the S tier. 16 is fine in the S tier. He's more of a defensive type unit, but he is so good defensively. He could be very good in any difficult modes. This is a free-to-play unit, this GT Cell. I actually like him better than the Int GT Cell, just because this guy, he seals, he gives Extreme Allies 2 key, 25% attack and defense, and he heals, and his link set's not bad. For a free-to-play unit, that's amazing. Again, sealing's not crazy helpful, but at least it's a 100% chance of happening, unlike stunning. Alright, so next we have this tech support type cell. This is from the World Tournament. He's a very solid unit. Nothing crazy insane, but I would say he's very good here. You would have to choose between this cell and the TUR perfect cell, but again, it's a lot to ask. I would say to probably put in, like, I would probably rainbow, I would almost tell people, like, rainbow LR cell before you would run his TUR as a linking partner, just because the tech EZA cell and SCR cells already link up so well with LR cell, you don't really need the TUR, but you can run them alongside, right? You also have this Android 18, who is the best Android 18 in the game. She's ridiculous. I will constantly be saying this every single day. Attack and defense 70%, plus she also gets 12% attack and 7% defense for every keystone obtained, and she's an orb changer, and she raises her defense for 6 turns when she supers. Very solid unit. I'm fine with her in S tier. You maybe could make a case for S plus tier. I don't know. And same thing with this TUR. You maybe could make a case up here. I've already talked about all the S plus tier units, except for Int 21 and Super 17. So I'll briefly talk about them. Int 21 will be quick. She does heal, and she is an Android category support unit. 2 key and 30% to attack and defense. So she's phenomenal. I don't have any Int orbs, but when I do, I'm going to rainbow her, just because how often I'm going to be using this unit. Absolutely love her. 21's my girl. I'm glad they made her very good. Both versions of her good. And that healing, so good. Now, Super 17. Super 17, in the right situation, I think, on this team, can get close to a 2 million attack stat, and he is a good defensive unit. So definitely do not sleep on him. He's strong. This whole team is just, like, very tanky. It heals. Now that you got, like, a top-tier LR on there, an LR cell, the team is just going to look so good and is going to perform so well. One of my favorite teams in the game right now, the Movie Boss category team, and then maybe like Realm of Gods right now are kind of like my favorites. Just phenomenal in every way. I got nothing really bad to say about the Android category team. I would expect the next kind of big upgrades to the Android category team to be either a new Android 13 or new Mira cards. Those are the two that I could see big upgrades coming. We could get like a Dokkan Fest Mira from Xenoverse 2, the final boss of Xenoverse 2. And I think we could also see either an LR Android 13 or a Dokkan Fest Android 13, maybe with the transformation mechanic, because they have done story events or Dokkan bosses for like nearly all of the movies. The only movies they haven't really done like either a Dokkan boss or a story event for are the first movie, Garlic Jr.'s movie, the second movie, The World's Strongest with Dr. Willow, and then the Android movie. Movie 7 is the Android 13 movie. All the other movies have story events. Go look at it. You know, Tree of Might, story event. Lord Slug now has a story event. Both Cooler movies have story events. The Broly the two Broly movies are tied into a story event. Bio Broly has a story event. Fusion Reborn doesn't have a story event, so I suppose they could do one there. That would be cool. There's some cool cards they could bring in from there. But of course, they do have, Janemba Dokkan event, Gogeta Dokkan event, LR Gogeta Dokkan event. So they've got a lot of stuff supporting that. And then, of course, the Wrath of Dragon, Tapion, and Hirudegarn movie, they got a Dokkan event and a story event. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some love for Android 13 coming soon. But that is how I'll finish it. Thanks, y'all, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.